Usually when we sit down to talk about the cutting edge, we're talking about something optimistic.
Yeah, the builders, the innovator.
Exactly. We're talking about tools that are going to, cure diseases or make our emails write themselves, the good guys.
And if you had to pick a headquarters for the good guys in AI right now, it would be Hugging Face.
Without a doubt. It's the open source hub. It's like the Library of Alexandria for machine learning.
It really is. It's the gold standard for any researcher, any developer. It is, I would argue, the most trusted AI repository in the world.
Which is why today's deep dive feels, I don't know, a bit like a betrayal. Because we're looking at a report that just dropped yesterday, January 29th, 2026. This is from Bill Toulis over at Bleeping Computer, and he's breaking down some really alarming research from Bitdefender.
And the mission here is to unpack a very uncomfortable reality.
Which is?
That the trusted infrastructure we all rely on, the actual pipes of the AI internet, is being weaponized.
And we're talking about Hugging Face being used as a staging ground. A factory, really, for a massive financial malware campaign targeting Android phones.
Yeah, this isn't just a bad file sitting on a server. We're talking about a system that uses something called server-side polymorphism to just churn out invisible malware.
Okay, server-side polymorphism. That is a mouthful. We are definitely going to decode that because it sounds like something from a sci-fi horror movie.
It kind of functions like one. It's a shapeshifter.
But before we get to the high-tech wizardry, let's start where the attack starts, with the victim.
Right. The entry point here is classic scareware. It's a psychological attack first.
So walk me through it. I'm on my Android phone, browsing some website. What happens?
You get a pop-up. It hijacks the whole screen. It's got jarring colors, reds, yellows. Maybe it vibrates the phone. And it's just screaming at you. Your device is infected.
4 viruses found.
Data at risk. All that stuff.
Which, just to be clear for everyone listening, a website cannot know that.
No, absolutely not. Your browser is in a sandbox. It does not have that kind of access to your file system. It's technically impossible.
But in that moment, you're not thinking about sandbox permissions.
No, your brain's fear center just lights up. You're thinking about your bank account, your photos. Panic overrides logic.
And this is where the campaign gets really cheeky. The ad tells you, hey, we have a solution. Just download our special security tool. And the name of this app, TrustBastion.
TrustBastion. I mean, you have to appreciate the irony.
It sounds so sturdy, so safe.
And that's the design. It markets itself as the ultimate protector. It's going to stop scams, block phishing, remove the very malware it's pretending you have.
So the malware disguises itself as the cure.
The Trojan horse was a gift, right? TrustBastion is the gift.
Okay, so I'm panicked. I download it. I install it. What happens next? Does my phone just lock up?
No, and that's the key. Good malware isn't noisy. It doesn't break things right away. TrustBastion opens. It looks like a functional app.
Okay.
But then it pulls the second lever of social engineering.
Which is?
The mandatory update. This app pops up a message. Oh, wait, to clean these viruses, you need the latest database. Update now.
Which seems totally plausible. My security apps update all the time.
Of course. You want it to be current. But when you click update, this is where the magic trick happens. The prompt you see is a pixel-perfect replica of the Google Play Store update screen.
Oh, that's nasty.
It is.
Because we are all trained to trust that green interface, that font, that layout. My guard just drops.
I assume Google has vetted this.
Familiarity breeds trust. But this update isn't coming from Google. The app reaches out to its own server, TrustBastion.com, which then points your phone to a repository hosted directly on Hugging Face.
Okay, hold on. This is the core of it. Why Hugging Face? Why not just some burner server in a basement?
This is a concept called reputation laundering.
Reputation laundering. Okay, break that down.
Think about how network security works. Firewalls and ISPs, they have block lists for known bad domains and allow lists for trusted ones.
So shady-hacker-basement.com gets blocked instantly.
Instantly. It has no reputation. But huggingface.co. That's a pillar of the internet. It's used by universities, by Meta, by Google.
So if a security tool blocks Hugging Face, they break things for thousands of legitimate researchers.
Exactly. It's too big to block. The traffic just looks like legitimate research activity. By hosting the malware on their CDN, the hackers are basically wearing a lab coat to walk past security.
They're hiding in the crowd.
A crowd of geniuses, effectively. And they get to use the best, fastest infrastructure in the world for free to rob people.
That is just, it's frustratingly smart. But you mentioned they aren't just hosting one file. You use that term again, server-side polymorphism.
Yes. This is the real aha moment in the Bitdefender report. This is what makes it so dangerous.
Okay, explain polymorphism to me. Like, what is actually happening to the file?
Okay, so imagine you're a bank robber, but the police have your mugshot. Every time you walk into a bank, the camera matches your face to the photo and the alarm goes off.
Right. That's a traditional antivirus signature. It's a file hash, a piece of code it recognizes.
Precisely. So if the hackers just uploaded one file, it would get caught in a day or two, and the game would be over.
Enter polymorphism.
Right. The hackers wrote a script. Every single time a new victim's phone asks for that update, the script builds a brand new version of the malware.
A new version, so it rewrites the code from scratch.
It doesn't change what the code does, it still steals your info, but it changes what the code looks like. It renames things, it adds junk code that does nothing. It creates a mathematically unique file every single time.
So the bank robber has plastic surgery every time he crosses the street.
And he does it every 15 minutes.
Every 15 minutes. Are you serious?
That is the stat from Bitdefender. Their script was churning out a new variant every quarter hour.
That's relentless.
I mean, the scale is terrifying. Bitdefender looked at this one repository on Hugging Face. It was only 29 days old. In that month, it had over 6,000 commits.
6,000 updates in a month. I mean, some software teams I know can't ship one update a month.
Exactly. This is an automated factory line for malware. The mugshot changes thousands of times, so static antivirus just can't keep up.
So we have a fake security app downloading a fake update from a real AI server, and the malware itself is shape-shifting 96 times a day.
That is the supply chain, and it works.
That is formidable. Okay, so the shapeshifter is on my phone. What is it? What are we dealing with here?
It's a RAT, a Remote Access Trojan.
Meaning they control the device.
Complete control. But to get that on Android, you have to grant it permission. And it asks for one very specific, very powerful permission. Accessibility services.
Okay, I see that pop up sometimes. That's for screen readers, right?
Yeah.
Helping people with visual impairments.
That's the intended purpose, yes. It's designed to help users by allowing an app to read text aloud, find buttons, and this is the critical part, perform clicks and swipes on your behalf.
I see where this is going. If I give a malicious app the ability to perform clicks for me,
you're handing over the keys to the kingdom. You've given the malware a pair of invisible hands.
it's watching everything.
It's watching and it's acting. It can intercept your taps. It can stop you from uninstalling it. So you drag the TrustBastion icon to the trash, and the malware can literally click cancel for you before your finger even lifts off the screen.
So you're fighting a ghost in your own machine.
And while you're fighting it, it's robbing you. The malware is programmed to watch for specific apps to launch. The report mentions Alipay and WeChat.
So it just waits for me to open my banking app.
Right. The second you tap on Alipay, it throws up a fake login screen and overlay right on top of the real app. It happens in a millisecond. You think you're typing your password into your bank.
But I'm typing it straight into the malware. It's a digital card skimmer.
A perfect analogy, and it doesn't stop there. It also tries to capture your lock screen PIN.
Why does it need the PIN? It's already inside.
For persistence. If the phone reboots or locks, the malware wants to be able to unlock the device itself and keep working.
And all this data, passwords, PINs, it's all being sent. Where?
It's live streamed to a C2 server, a command and control server. They're getting your digital life in real time.
So your phone becomes a zombie that just feeds on your bank account.
While you carry it around, completely unaware.
So obviously Bitdefender found this. They told Hugging Face. So the good guys won this round, right? Hugging Face took it down.
They did. To their credit, Hugging Face acted fast and removed the repositories.
Problem solved.
You would hope so. But this is the modern game of cybercrime whack-a-mole. Almost immediately after the takedown, the operation just resurfaced.
They were back up that fast.
They didn't even change the code, they just rebranded. The new operation appeared under the name Premium Club.
Premium Club just sounds like another generic utility app.
Exactly. Swap the logo, spun up a new repository, and turned the script back on. Same wolf, different sheep's clothing.
It just shows you the economics of this. It costs them basically nothing to set up a new one.
It's an asymmetric war. The attackers only need to be right once. The defenders have to be right every single time.
So this all feels a little overwhelming. What can you, the listener, actually do to defend against something this sophisticated?
It's tricky, but there are some hard lines you can draw. The first is about where your apps come from. We have to stop thinking malware only comes from sketchy websites.
Right. Just because the URL says huggingface.co doesn't mean the file is safe.
The pipes might be clean, but the water can still be poisoned. So the most actionable advice is actually pretty old school. Stay inside the walled garden.
The Google Play Store.
Yes. The initial infection, that TrustBastion app, it didn't come from the Play Store.
It came from that browser pop-up ad at the very beginning.
Correct. You had to sideload it. If you just make a rule for yourself, I never ever install an app from a browser pop-up, you defeat this entire campaign right there.
So the malware can mimic the store's look, but it can't easily get inside the real store.
Google's vetting isn't perfect, but it filters out almost all of this junk. Sideloading is where the danger is for most people.
And what about that accessibility services permission? That feels like a giant red flag.
That is the critical check. If there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Be incredibly skeptical of that permission.
So unless I'm specifically using a tool for a disability.
There is almost zero reason a calculator or a flashlight app or some generic security scanner needs it. It's asking for the ability to read your screen and touch your buttons.
It's like a flashlight app asking for power of attorney.
That's a great way to put it. If you see that request, just deny it and uninstall the app immediately.
That's a powerful rule of thumb. If it wants the master key, slam the door.
And lastly, just slow down. That scareware relies on you panicking. If you just took 10 seconds to think, you'd realize your phone isn't actually acting weird.
Taking a breath and just asking, wait, why is some random website diagnosing my phone?
That 10 seconds of critical thought is the best antivirus you have.
So let's recap this journey. It starts with a scareware ad that panics you. You download an app called TrustBastion. That app fakes a Google Play update, which sends you to the AI hub Hugging Face. There, a script is building a new disguised Trojan every 15 minutes, and once it's on your phone, it grabs total control via accessibility services and starts live streaming your banking pins to criminals.
That is the whole loop, from high-tech AI infrastructure to low-down theft.
It really makes you look at the phone in your hand a little differently.
It should.
Before we go, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We spend so much time debating if AI will become sentient. But this shows the infrastructure of AI, the servers, the bandwidth, the reputation being turned against us right now.
And that leads to a really provocative question, I think. As we rush to embrace these AI platforms, are we accidentally building the perfect, unblockable infrastructure for the next generation of cyber attacks?
That is a chilling thought.
I mean, if the trusted pipes of the internet are compromised, the ones we whitelist and rely on, where do you draw the line on digital trust? If the library itself is unknowingly distributing poison, where do you even go to read?
Wow. That is definitely something to mull over. Thank you so much for breaking this all down.
My pleasure. Stay safe out there.
And to you, the listener, thanks for diving deep with us. Keep your eyes open, watch out for those fake updates, and we will see you on the next one.